No, James, you look perfect because we are live on Friday at 2:00. Mel is not here. I hope everybody saw that video today. He was having breakfast out on the grill and having some little Canadian mist with it. So I guess that's why he's not showing up today. So how are you guys doing? Jeep, how are you looking handsome there with the suit on and everything? Got a game tonight?
Game tonight, yep. I got to be on the bus in half an hour. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Where are you going?
Go to Brandon.
Oh, that's right. Okay, good. Gresh, how are you doing? Oh, that's my gift to Ron.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you for the gift. It was so nice.
My pleasure. Merry Christmas to you.
He got me that, and like I can't believe a guy would think about this, but he got me. It's hard to believe he got me a Ranger golf shirt.
Yeah, well, kind of thoughtful. That's who I am. James,
I hate to say, but it smells like somebody wore it.
Yeah. No. James, this is yours. It's in the mail. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. We have a special guest coming on. Hold on. Special guest coming on. Hold on here. In place of Larry Melnick, we have Jillian A. Brown. Jillian, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Good. So this is James Patrick you're on with right beside you on the screen. And then the little guy up top there is Ron Greshter.
Thank God we got rid of Mel. We finally got rid of Mel.
About time, eh?
So, Jill, have you seen the show where Mel is talking behind my back and your back in particular? Have you seen that?
Haven't seen that specific show, but doesn't he do that on every show?
Yeah. Thank you. You're right. Good point by you. Good point by you.
Are you a hockey, Jillian? Are you a hockey fan?
How are you?
Are you a hockey fan?
I am, but it's been a long time since I really followed it. I used to want to be an NHL photographer. And I was doing the photography for the Manitoba Moose, so the Canucks farm team. So like Corey Schneider and those guys, and loved it. But since then, other life passions and things. So I haven't really folled too closely. And I haven't had a TV in a long time.
A Winnipeg connection here. Joe was born and raised in Winnipeg. Gresh has got family in Winnipeg. Jeep is coaching in Winnipeg. You grew up in Winnipeg. I guess I'm the only intelligent one here.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't born and raised in Winnipeg, just as a fact.
Oh, that's okay. You spent a lot of time there.
Yeah.
Good. So James, what's the record now for your team?
Oh, I don't even. All I know is in our last 8 games, it's 3-3-2. So we're we're going through a bit of adversity, and we went on the road to Saskatchewan. We lost in Prince Albert. The next night, we won our last game in Saskatoon. Played much better, but we have 2 players at the World Juniors, and we're missing our best player, and it's our defense is we miss the minutes, his 30 minutes a night. So it's but it's we got some young guys. We have a 15-year-old and 2 16-year-old D called up who are playing. And
Gresh, what are you eating there? What are you eating?
I'm not telling you because you'll get mad again.
So he's having a diet soda, and I question his choice on that, and he thinks I'm mad at him. I'm not mad at you. I love you like a brother.
That would bother me. You'd be mad at me. Oh boy.
No, you were upset. You were crying. You were crying. Come on, admit it.
No, that would ruin my day.
So, Jill, you have exciting news about your life too. What's going
on? All sorts of stuff. It's been a little while. Well, I've been out at Cultus Lake.
Yeah.
Out in British Columbia, and we got stuck here due to the flooding. All the highways were washed out and everything. So I've been out here for 3 weeks now or so. And yeah, it's been amazing. It's beautiful here. So in good company.
Good.
Where's
what's that?
Where's that? Where is that? Look, where's that? Close.
Where's that?
Cultus Lake is like southeast of Vancouver. So we just got hit like 3 weeks ago by all these crazy rainstorms. And the first one in particular dropped like 250 millimeters of rain on us in 24 hours and washed out all of our major highways. So Vancouver was basically cut off from Canada for the first time since 1886 when the rail line was first put in. Wow. So So where I am is this little tiny lake community, and all of our roads got washed out. So we were stuck in the little community, and 3 days without power and everything. They managed to get one road out so we could get to Chilliwack, which is the closest kind of city. And but Chilliwack was cut off from everything else too. It became this like little island. And so all the grocery stores were picked over. It was BC state of emergency. So trying to find food and stuff was interesting at the start, because people did like they did at the pandemic, where it was that impulse, let's buy everything, panic. And then we got hit with 2 more storms, and it just destroyed the area. It's like the most expensive natural disaster in Canadian history. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy around here. But they just got the highway back open.
I played junior hockey in Chilliwack, 1970.
Okay, yeah, so you kind of know it. It's a little different since the 70s.
Yeah. It was nice
not as many flare pants anymore.
No.
All right, so big news out of Winnipeg today. Paul Maurice, the head coach of the Winnipeg Jets, resigned. So the hot rumor is that James Patrick will be the next coach of the Winnipeg Jets. How you doing, James?
Yeah, I'm not a chance with that. I'm happy where I am. My name Dave Lowry is the intern coach. Dave was coaching in Brandon for a couple of years before he became assistant in Winnipeg. Shocking news here. Just I think one of the best coaches, most respected in the league. And I watched his press conference. He's been here for 10 years and just felt the team needed a different voice. So it was.
So he's been basically there since the Jets came back, hey?
Yeah, he was maybe in their second year when they fired Claude Noel, and then Paul came in. But a month ago, they swept Edmonton in a home and away. They were like third in the NHL. I mean, it was probably 15 games in. They were like 10-3-2, and they've been around 500 since then. So it was still shocking. They're right outside a playoff spot. They're a good team. I think they're, and I think he's a real good coach. So it's just disappointing as a coach, but it's probably I really believe it was his choice. I don't think he was pushed out. I don't think it came to that. So,
Gresh, you got the place all cleaned up there behind you for the big show?
No, I'm packing Christmas gifts, Tom. Lots of Christmas gifts.
That's Christmas gifts. That's what that is. Okay, good. And how's the juicer working? How's the juicer going?
The juicer's good.
Yeah.
I got my shirt that I bought myself for Christmas. Did I show you?
No, let's see. Let's go, Brandon. Oh, you are stirring the pot.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Are you out of Facebook jail now? Are you back on Facebook?
No, I'm out of jail now. I'm out of jail.
Yeah.
All I said was, to like, these people are looting stores.
Right. Yeah.
And like, just they're smashing things up. All I said was, like, you have to just, if the first 100 that come, you get rid of the first 10, and the other 90 will run like hell.
There you go. And how did you say we should get rid of the first 10 run?
Well, I can't say. I'll probably get kicked off again, but I don't,
You'll get kicked off of your show, Brett.
Then they would probably go like the first 10 that were whatever happened to them, their parents would probably go, yeah, but they were good kids.
Yeah.
Stealing for Christ's sake.
I have an issue now. I got it off my chest. So Gresh is drinking soda. James, what are you drinking there that can?
The sparkling water.
Jill, you got a can going on too. What are you drinking?
Just coffee.
Oh, I thought a can. Jeez, I was kind of concerned that all three of my people here were drinking soda.
No,
I don't drink Papa.
Okay. There you go.
I don't either.
Or carbonated.
If I can't keep my eyes open and I got to drive, I'll have some soda with caffeine, but never outside of that. So, hey, you were in Arizona.
Yes, I was. I was in Scottsdale. Went in there Tuesday night. We went a real nice place in Scottsdale called the Wrigley Mansion. The Wrigley family, the Wrigley Gum. We had dinner there. Then golf the next day, which I did not swing the clubs, and then went to the game.
Okay, and who were you there with?
So the Rangers brought in some high net worth individuals that spend a lot of money at the Garden, buying season tickets down by the glass and everything. Just kind of a thank you for sticking with them during all the pandemic stuff and everything. So it was, and they were a lot of fun. Two of the gentlemen brought in their sons. Another gentleman had been at West Point and served in the Army. Really interesting guy. So it was good. And then the salesman.
Just you as an alumni, or any other alumni?
Yes, just me. Yeah, nobody else wanted to go.
Okay, so you were the entertainment.
I was the entertainment. Yes, I was. I was giving it a very hard time.
That's pretty scary, right there. I was the entertainment on a golf course.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't golf, so I make fun of everybody else. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Why don't? Let's discuss this, Ron. What don't you understand? Let's get it. What is it?
You don't golf.
Yeah. So I ride around the cart. So it makes it better for everybody else. They get more golf. It's kind of unselfish of me to not golf.
Did you have any beverages on the cart?
I had a couple. I don't like to drink in public, as you know. So I had a couple of the beverages, and that was it.
Yeah, Tom doesn't drink in public.
That's correct. I just drink privately. I drink by myself.
He hides at home.
It's a solo sport. Yes. You think that's funny, Jill? You laughing about something?
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
He's a closet drinker.
No, I'm a deck drinker. I drink out in the back deck.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's much better for you. Much more healthy.
So I heard a rumor today.
Yes, what is it? What is it? Rumor
that they might cancel the Ranger game on the 27th against Montreal.
Well, they canceled tomorrow's game in Montreal and Boston.
Yeah, so they might cancel Montreal. Whatever you call it.
I think
because of Montreal, because of the players there's too many players in Montreal out now.
Yeah, something I just heard it this morning early from somebody.
Well, it makes sense if they cancel the Boston game today tomorrow with the Bruins and.
Yeah.
Is this due to COVID stuff?
Yes. Yeah. So last night they played a game, Philadelphia and Montreal, with nobody in the stands. And then Department of Health or whatever it is canceled the game for tomorrow. So.
Well, how about Calgary?
Yeah. What do you get?
19 of their I think they have 5 players of their 23-man roster. So 18 have it.
Right.
Some of the coaches do, some of the training staff. So,
wow. How do you get it if you're careful?
Yeah, but they're pretty isolated. They're in the same dressing room, on the same bus, the same airplane, or I think they are.
Aren't they all vaccinated too?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, they're all.
There's only one guy in the league who's not vaccinated. That's like Bertuzzi in Detroit. He's not vaccinated.
And he's the only one that hasn't got COVID.
Yeah, no, he did get it. Yeah.
He didn't get it.
Over and done with, and he survived.
He just had a couple weeks ago. We're getting a report here that Susan Brooks, she's pretty right on, that the tonight's Wild game was canceled too.
Against
nobody cares about the Wild.
Right? Ooh, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Well, I'll see who they're playing. So that goes. Now we got to talk about. Hold on here. Who's the Wild playing?
They tied up. They lost to Buffalo last night. So how good can they be?
They're Wild playing tonight. Susan might have a bad report because I don't think they were due to play tonight. Jill, what's it like out there with COVID? Is there a lot of around there?
I don't know. Right now, all we hear about is the flooding. And then this morning there was an earthquake out by Victoria. So that's all I've been hearing about is like the natural disasters. I guess COVID is technically a natural disaster.
Right.
Jill, basically, I don't really follow the news or anything unless it's like about to destroy my home. Then I kind of care.
So basically, Jill,
there's all sorts of diseases.
After you got off the rock, basically there's been a flood and a earthquake. So it's kind of, it might be your fault. I don't know, but
I've been blaming it's a Ryan thing because Ryan didn't want me to leave. So if he didn't want me to leave his place, then everyone else suffers due to flooding and things to keep me here. So we can all blame Ryan.
Okay, perfect, good. So Ryan is Jill's boyfriend, by the way.
Yeah.
Congratulations. James, you got something to say about that? You were on kind of like Larry Melnick stirring the pot there a little bit.
I was just about to say.
Go ahead.
I'll report back to Mel so he can get off that subject.
So notice that Mel was afraid. Once I told Mel that Jill was coming on the show, he bailed on us, right?
So he's afraid now.
Yeah.
He's been,
he made that comment he made that comment yesterday when I wrote on your workout.
That's right.
Like, when I commented, he's like, Jill, I thought Tom or everyone thinks that you're mad at him.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah.
Stirring the pot.
Like, what? What are you talking about?
Jill, you're one of Tom's last friends. You know
that? Oh, yeah.
I have to go find new friends. I saw Jill. I said, I'm going to make her my friend.
The Panthers are playing tomorrow in Minnesota.
Well, it's canceled, I think.
Well, it's not canceled yet because it doesn't say it on here.
Oh, okay.
But the
Susan Brooks gave us a bad scoop.
Boston Montreal game is canceled. Columbus Calgary game is canceled.
Oh. So that means
cancel all the games until January 5th or something, and then get everybody healthy and then start over again.
Actually, somebody from Nashville, one of the players, suggested something similar to that. Yeah.
Well, you can't keep going picking and choosing games to be. They're not going to the Olympics, so let's get that straightened out.
Well, they shouldn't be going, but you never know. I think it'll eventually get to that point. Again, it's up to the players to decide that. So
if they decide to go to that, they're nuts.
Yeah.
You get COVID over there.
I like that it just proves how ineffective all these vaccines are, because these are like the most athletic people, the most like controlled vicinity, controlled environments, and they've all got COVID now. Like, it basically just put that on the news and be like, okay, fuck these, excuse my language, but these vaccines, because clearly they are ineffective no matter what you do.
I'm with you, Jillian. And even I've heard that the Calgary, most of the players have no symptoms.
Yeah.
Most no symptoms to mild flu, but they're testing positive. So
yeah. So I'm sure if we all went in and got tested, we all technically would probably come back positive at some point. Like, go once every 2 weeks, and you're going to test positive.
Yeah,
it's probably just the way it is. And if they test for other things, we'd probably test positive for those things too sometimes. So,
Jillian, you lived in Lake of the Woods for a while.
Yeah.
Then you went to Victoria.
So I grew up like half the time in Winnipeg going to school, and then the rest of the time I was out on Lake of the Woods on an island where I got to grow up with my grandparents and great grandparents and everything. And then 2010 I moved to British Columbia to Squamish. It's like 40 minutes north of Vancouver, and been out in British Columbia in different areas of BC since then.
Nice.
Like those resort or those scenic areas, I guess.
Definitely scenic, wild places, not the resort places. Squamish, when I moved there, was a small town. Everyone knew everyone. In the past little while, the past 5 years, I haven't spent a lot of time in Squamish because it's been growing so fast that it's like a little bit too big for me now. So being out here, it's nice because there's so few people out at Cultus Lake during the wintertime. It's all little like elderly ladies. And then we just signed a lease for a farmhouse come the new year.
Jill, hold on. Sorry to interrupt you, Jill, but this is a big breakthrough here because this gentleman here has been sucking up to Mel for months now. And all of a sudden you get on the show, Mel's fired. And this is a big shift because he has been such a suck up to Mel.
Oh, God, yeah.
He added me on Facebook this morning, and I actually chatted with him, so maybe that's why.
Okay,
Good job. Good job.
He probably unfriended Mel today too.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Good. Excellent.
Oh no, we want Jill on. Mel's out.
Yeah, seriously, everybody's turning on Mel.
What's that? How do you say that in plain English? Fuck Mel, you're out.
I'm gonna have to brush up on my hockey then.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, we don't know about hockey either.
If you're a Ranger fan, then you don't. That's all you need to know.
James is the only one that knows about hockey. The rest of us don't know anything.
Nothing has changed really in 50 years. So
Okay.
So, Gresh, what's going on for Christmas with you? You told me this morning, but you guys going to the casino?
I'm going out for dinner with my kids on the 24th, and then they'll spend some time with their mom, and then I'm going to the casino for a couple days.
With the kids?
No, with two of my sons.
They're your kids.
Well, not all of them. I can't take them all because they can't gamble at 16 and 18 years old yet. The other ones can.
So, a good suggestion here too. So, Jillian, if you're going to be on this show with us, you need some Ranger swag. Send you the hat and the shirt. Get that done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't have any hockey things.
Yeah. Okay, we get that done.
We'll have to send it by boat though, right?
Okay.
To get it to you right now.
No, they've got some. We've got some trains going, and we're getting stuff from the states. The states can get stuff from.
An airdrop in there. We could use
that'd be great.
Tommy's helicopter to fly it in.
Well, you could use some of the marijuana smugglers because the new place that we're moving into come January, our backyard is the United States. Oh. We're moving into this farmhouse, and the back pasture is like the state line or the border line. So you want to send stuff, just get a smuggler to bring it along because that's their like pathway over the mountain there.
So James Tracy, I think, is one of the people that's constantly saying.
I know he's always got
Wow, he's on you a lot, right?
Just you know what? We're in the midst of 4 games in 5 days. Lots of video.
Right.
I'm going to get on the bus here in a few minutes, and it's a 2-hour bus ride. So
now with
hour of video, an hour of sleep.
The boys now all ask you like, how great was it to be on the show with Tom? Like that?
Players on the team?
Yeah, watch the show.
No, they have no clue.
You should tell them. You don't want them to know.
What team is it, James?
It's called the Winnipeg Ice. We're in the Western Hockey League.
Okay.
We play the Brandon Wheat Kings tonight. You know what?
Nice.
We were in Kootenay. So my first 2 years, it was the Kootenay Ice in Cranbrook, BC. I lived in Kimberley, which I don't know if you've ever been there, but great. I loved living there for 2 years on the ski hill. So, and the team moved to Winnipeg.
So, and how's that feel?
Cold.
Moving to Winnipeg?
Yeah.
That's his hometown too.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it is. No,
So are you happy to be back in Winnipeg?
It's better for hockey. It's better for our team being here. It's a real small market in Cranbrook, and in the long term, it's going to be real good. So.
Is that where Don Murdoch is from, Cranbrook?
Yeah.
Good call, Bruce. Jeez.
Yeah.
Ronnie used to. I used to see him. He used to come to all the games, and he worked at a hockey school just before our camp, so I'd see him out on the ice. And
Murder. I remember when Murder came to the team, when Donnie came to the team, and the next year, me and Dave Maloney, we fly out to somewhere in British Columbia. We land. We go to Cranbrook. They're having a parade, and we're supposed to ride in the parade with Donnie, right? So we're sitting at the hotel. Nobody comes to gets us. Nothing. We're sitting there waiting. Me and Dave, and we're going, okay, so we're going to go, and nobody shows up. And so we're listening to it on the radio, and they go, and here comes the Don Murdoch float down the street in Cranbrook. No Donnie, no Dave, no me. No, nobody on. So me and Dave got in the car and went to see JD in Invermere.
That's nice.
Yeah. Donnie.
Did you see Gresh? I know we talked about today here in the U.S. on TikTok. I guess there was a threat against all schools across the country here.
Yeah, I dropped my daughter off this morning, and there was a lot of police presence. Huh. Yeah, I think they should, when these kids do make these threats, eliminate.
You want to?
What's that?
What do you want to do to them? How are you going to eliminate them? Eliminate. How are you going to eliminate them?
Very easily.
Like put them in juvenile detention.
Further than that.
Further than that.
Just make them watch reruns of True Grit Life.
Yes. That would be torture.
We can't torture them like that. That's
not fair, Joe.
Tom, all 7 podcasts from the week.
Yeah, all 7 from Monday.
It would be like MK Ultra all over again.
Oh, that's I gotta give you credit. That's pretty funny, but that's just not nice. That's terrible.
It's not funny, but it's true.
Tommy, you went to the Arizona or the Ranger game in Arizona.
Yeah.
How was the building? How was the crowd?
Building was kind of you're used to Madison Square Garden, so nothing really. It's an outdated building. The crowd was probably 2/3 Ranger fans. When the Rangers scored, it was amazing watching all the Ranger people in Ranger jerseys jump up. But it was probably, I'd say, 60% full.
How about the atmosphere out? Like, it's pretty nice around the arena there with all the restaurants and.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a buzz or anything.
It wasn't, hey?
No, it was pretty mild. But again, there's a lot of Ranger fans, obviously, so they're all chanting, let's go Rangers. But that wasn't much. But the Rangers, to their credit, they didn't play well early. They had the young goalie in there. He looked a little shaky early, but they found a way to win, so they were good. Kreider made a really nice play on a power play goal. If you saw it, like he was off to
I saw that.
So he got the puck from I think the point man and kind of spun around really quick on his backhand, and you could tell it was a planned play. And Kakko was standing there in front and hit him with the pass.
That could be Kreider's best pass of the year.
Well, first assist maybe. First, he's only had he's going to win the Cy Young, isn't he? Like 18 goals. And
he's definitely a Cy Young contender right now.
Yeah, definitely.
He's played more physical, and if a guy's scoring, I'll be happy with him with how he's produced.
Yeah, definitely.
Tom, is that a fireman hat behind you?
Yes, that is my father's fireman's hat when he was firefighter for the Brampton Fire Department. My father's shop.
Oh, okay. Sorry to totally change the topic. I just noticed it.
No,
that's the Jill. Just
all about.
Whatever you want, Jill. I mean, we're just here for you. Okay, so all right. All right. You just totally destroyed our show. Just carved it apart. It's just.
I don't think she has. She brought a lot of good information to the show.
Hey, Jill, is that a mountain behind you?
Yeah.
Because Mel has a Melnick Mountain behind him.
Well, he actually lives on the mountain.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's out in North Van, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like Seymour and Capilano and stuff right behind him. Grouse.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what the name of that one is.
It's Grumpy Mountain.
Yeah, Lafreniere a bust. So Lafreniere was first overall pick for the Rangers, Joe, in case you didn't know. You probably didn't. No, he's not a bust. He's 18, 19 years old. He's just getting his feet wet.
Too early.
Yeah, too early.
He's in his second year as a 19-year-old. You can't tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Agree. Why? Oh, here's a great question. Somebody to repeat this. So we touched on this before, but why did Mel bail? Because Joe was coming on, and Mel was a little bit embarrassed.
Well, we voted. We voted. Come on, Mel.
I guess we could have a vote right now going forward whether Mel can come back or not. I think there has to be conditions on it, right? Like he has to do some homework like he did before, and just come work at it a little bit.
Well, you got to start sending more gifts. I mean, you can't just send.
Yeah, good point.
But no, I think the other night Kakko got a couple of points.
Mm-hmm.
He was the 8th Ranger to get 50 points before the 2021.
No. And you were also one of them?
I was the first one.
First one. Nice.
Wow.
I think he's been pretty good this year.
Yeah.
And last year they thought he was a bust.
Yeah.
So
you get some of those guys come in. You got exceptions like McDavid and Matthews and that. Most of the guys they come in, it takes them a little while to get themselves grounded, get their feet wet, and everything else.
Do they actually get their feet wet though, Gresh?
They do. They sweat. They sweat. Yeah. Well, you would know that.
You got to go?
You guys have a great show, and I'll be watching the rest of it.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, James.
Okay.
Good luck at all your games this weekend.
Yeah, he's playing tonight and tomorrow night they play.
Both in Brandon?
No, one Brandon, I think, at home tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. My son's going to the game tomorrow night, and he's coming.
Okay. So, Joe, what are you doing for Christmas, Joe?
Good question. We're not really sure.
Oh.
Ryan has 2 little girls.
Oh, nice. How old are they? How old?
9 and 7. Did I get that right?
Well, they're good. That's the perfect age right now.
Yeah, they're so cute. But still dealing with the whole parenting custody thing.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't really know our Christmas plans, really.
Hey, there's my son right there.
This is Ron Ashton Greshner. All right, first time on the show. This guy's a gentleman too. Nice gentleman.
Oh, he's a good kid.
Yeah, unlike
when he gets home, though, I'll teach him. I'll kick his ass when he gets home.
How would he because he's like you're not a very nice guy, Gresh. Like, and he's such a nice guy. So where'd that happen?
I don't know how that happened. I don't know. But he had a big exam today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
good.
What's he studying?
He's in business in Winnipeg. What's it called? University of Winnipeg.
Okay.
It's a good place to have the University of Winnipeg right there in Winnipeg. Yeah.
It is right in Winnipeg.
Yeah. Right in the heart of downtown.
Right in the heart of town. Yeah. Yeah. But he likes it, and but I don't think it's ever easy when you leave the first time to go somewhere. Like how did you feel, Tom, when you went to
Northern Michigan?
Yeah.
Well, actually, my parents thought I would be home in a couple of weeks, but I didn't go home for years. In fact, I never went home. I loved it.
How old were you when you went there?
18.
18.
I'd been drafted by the Peterborough Petes when Roger Nielsen was coaching there. So I went there when I was a 16-year-old, right? Yeah, 16-year-old. And I wasn't ready at all. That wasn't much the hockey. I had never been away from home. So that case, I wanted to go home. But then like 2 years later when I went to college, it was good. So maybe it was a good thing that I'd gone away once and it didn't work out. And then second time.
I went to Chilliwack, British Columbia when I was 15.
Yes.
And my father goes, you can go, but you have to stay the whole year. You can't come back at Christmas time being homesick or anything like that, right? Mm-hmm. So at Christmas time, we had like 5 days off. I go home. I want to stay home. My mom says, stay home, little boy.
Yeah.
My father.
Little Ronnie.
Yeah. My father goes, get in the car, took me back to the airport, dropped me off at the airport in Edmonton, flew back to Vancouver, drove out to Chilliwack, and my whole life changed because of that move by my dad.
Good.
It was good. Yeah, the coach didn't like me much before that. The coach got fired. A new coach came in, a guy named Orville Litchfield. Mm-hmm. Came in and he first practice we're skating around, and he's like kind of like assessing all the players. And he skates by me and he goes, "You ever played defense?" I go, "No, I played forward. I played left wing." He goes, "You're playing defense tomorrow night."
Nice. There you go.
What? I just turned 16. I go, "Oh, that's good." And that was it. The rest was
history.
Kind of history, but it was. If I wouldn't have went back, it probably would have changed my whole life too, differently, like a lot different. But my father said that because of like relatives of mine had left and got homesick at Christmas time and came home, never went back. He goes, "Whatever you start, you finish." Kind of like the True Grit thing, Tom.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah.
Jill's the same way. So in case anybody doesn't know, we'll go back over Jill's story, a really interesting life story. She was in an abusive relationship, and finally got away from the gentleman and left with $300 in her pocket. She's going to be amazed I remember all the details of this. $300 in her pocket. And she bought a tent for $60 and lived in that tent for her and her dog for like 7 months. And to her credit, she's really gone on now and helped a lot of other women, not just women, but particularly women, and to get out of abusive relationships. And she involved in a camp. What was the name of the camp that you're at?
It was called Camp My Way.
Camp My Way. So it really helped a lot of military personnel and police officers and everybody suffering from PTSD. So Jill has taken her life and done a lot of other things for other people. So good job.
That's a great thing, Jill.
Thanks. Thank you.
I'm glad you made it out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean it's never an easy thing, and takes a very strong person, strong-minded.
Yeah. I think people don't give the person that's in that place enough credit either for when they do stay, because it takes a lot of courage to stay too. But often when you stay, you're staying for reasons of like worry about that person harming themselves, like your partner, the person, your abuser, or fear for yourself.
We've talked about this before, Joe, but that's interesting because a lot of people ask, why does the person stay that's being abused, right? In your case, you stayed because you felt a responsibility to help your partner, right?
Oh, there's so many reasons, right? Yeah. Like there's fear for leaving, of what will happen, like if they're going to come after you and that side of things. There's this side that you're so essentially brainwashed and manipulated that you're allowing yourself to, a lot of the time, think that it's you that's done something wrong, that you're the problem. So you accept that responsibility that you're the one that needs to change in some way. And if they're not breaking up with you, then you just have to work on yourself, kind of thing. And then there's that fear of often a lot of people like that convince you that they'll do something to themselves. And being that they've already hurt you, then you have that fear that, oh yeah, they do have that in them to potentially hurt themselves too. Yeah. And you're in that relationship with the person because you love them. So you don't want bad to the person that you think you love, or you're manipulated into loving in some way. So there's a lot of it. And then there's, every person in that scenario, I think, has different reasons for it. But all of those are probably also entangled in those reasons.
And it's really important too that the other people around don't judge that person for staying either. Like you're not in their shoes. So there's just no way you can understand why they're staying, right?
That's like the hardest thing. Even when you leave and you talk about, like, if it's happened multiple times, if you didn't just leave the first time, right. Well, why? Well, then it's your fault that you shouldn't have stayed. You knew this person did that. And there can be a lot of judgment. So it's a big reason why a lot of people don't share about that. Because you can't explain it. You can't explain that where your mind's at, because you don't have control of your mind. And when you're living in fight or flight or freeze mode, you literally have no control over your mind. You don't have emotions anymore because all of that adrenaline is surging basically nonstop, that it blocks all of those receptors to feel proper emotions and have proper reactions. So the judgment thing is definitely an issue with a lot of people to try to understand that.
When you finally went to a therapist, you told me too that you felt so judged when you were in that session with the therapist. Like, so judgmental.
Oh yeah. That was not for me. Maybe it was that therapist, but that walking in there and seeing me being homeless in a tent and going into this room, and the person has these like beautiful family portraits of their happy family sitting on their desk. And this person sits down in their chair, have a seat, and starts, who knows if they're taking notes or just doodling, and starts asking questions. And when you start to share, that you see that reaction on their face of like things that you're experiencing or that you've gone through, and you see that reaction, and that it's like, that's unbelievable, or are you telling the truth? And you have that immediate feeling of judgment. That's how I felt, or this counselor made me feel. I'm like, why would I ever come back here? Nor is how me sharing what I've been through over and over and over at a counseling session, that's not helping me heal in some way. If I share and it changes somebody else's life, then that's healing. That's utilizing my experiences to heal and help others. And that's a good thing. But just reliving what we've gone through, our traumas over and over and over, it just then makes me walk out, or a lot of people walk out of there way more angry. And now they're like, they've relived those moments that nobody wants to relive. Yeah. So you should go to a counselor, and it should be, so let's talk about all the happy things that have happened in your life, or like your goals for the future. Like, let's focus on those things and try to wash out those bad memories. Why are we continuously reliving them? And then it pushes aside all the positive ones. Yeah.
Yep. Well, you should be very proud of yourself, what you've done. Rush, you know what? I'm very proud of you too. How is I'm proud of you for your nook that you have in your kitchen as well.
My what?
I'm very proud of you. Like, I'm proud of Jill for what she's done. I'm very proud of you for the nook you have in your kitchen. How is that? Is it clean?
I'm not sure that's on the same level.
Well, I know it's not the same level.
You,
but
you have a nook. Did you build this nook in your kitchen?
Well, it was quite the topic of discussion there for a while, though. Like,
yeah, no,
Oh.
it's a nook.
But I asked how it was. Is it clean? Like sometimes it's gotten like used as a storage unit.
Well, it depends. You know, my kids are coming in and out, what they're doing. So, you know, like when you're not really the boss of your house, you kind of like you let things go.
Yeah.
I have a lot of bosses, and they're all younger than I am.
Oh, hold on here. Somebody's getting called out here a little bit. He's involved here today. Don't lie about who built it. Did Ashton put it together?
No, I built it.
I'm getting the sense that's not accurate.
Well, he might have put it together. Yeah, we ordered it from, I don't know where we got it.
So he put it together. He assembled it.
Well, what else can he supposed to do? That's his job.
Oh, okay. Well, you just said that you built it.
Well,
I bought
technically, a supervisor would say that they built the house, even though they probably didn't pick up a hammer at all. But they
exactly.
they made sure that everybody else built it right. So technically, they built it. So
Oh, Jill, nice take on it. Nice take on that, Jill.
You're right.
I know.
Right, Joe.
I got your
like,
back, Ron.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's like Shaquille O'Neal said. He said that he was talking to all his kids, and his kids were going like, "Oh yeah, we got money." And that he goes, "You don't have any money." Shaq goes, "I have money. You don't have any money." He goes, and that's the way it is.
Wow.
You know, but I mean, no, I think Ashton could have put it together, but I don't remember. It probably was because I don't think I put it in. I put a couple things together, but not much.
Here's a suggestion right here for you. A new bar in Manhattan called Ron's Nook. That is good. That's a good suggestion right there. Oh.
I have not been in a bar in Manhattan since March 7th, 2020.
Not true, Grasshopper.
No. Besides, that's not that was for work.
Okay, you just said you had not been in a bar since March.
I didn't. Matter of fact, Tom, I didn't walk into the bar. I was on the outskirts of it.
The bar that we were at together for that.
Were you at? I didn't go to the bar. Did you go to the bar?
Well, we were at the bar. I mean, in the room where the bar was. I mean,
It wasn't really.
So Jill, just so you know, Ron had 40 years ago. He had a year where he met like thousands of people. He's not met anybody else other than that year, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So when Ron tells a story, I met this guy 40 years ago. I met this girl 40 years ago.
I'm still friends with a lot of people, Tom.
I know, but I mean, the thing I thought was interesting was you said, okay, this 1 year, 40 years ago, I'm going to meet a whole bunch of people, and then I'm not going to meet anybody else.
Yeah. It was. Well, I hate to say it, but some of them were 50 years ago.
Oh, where there was some 50? Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's even worse.
Yeah.
But they're dying off though. They're dying. A lot of them, like people they're dying off. You know, like they get. It's like my mom said when she was 98 years old. Is all my friends are gone. I go, what the hell am I?
Your son. You are her son.
I was her friend. We hung out. We went to the casinos all the time. Hung out together.
Well, you're not technically a friend. Maybe you had that kind of relationship where you guys are friends, but that's good.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Yesterday was 22 years ago. My dad passed away. This will be my first Christmas without a parent. That'll be good because now my parents are together, and I'm sure my dad's mixing drinks right now.
There you go. Your parents are both alive, Joe, right? Your parents still alive?
Yep.
Yep. Mine are both passed, so.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, parents, grandparents. I lost one, my grandpa, a couple years ago, but still have the other ones.
Tom, what are you doing for Christmas, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet. Both my boys are going out of town, so I'm not sure. I wouldn't mind going back to Scottsdale. That was beautiful there. Oh, really nice. Maybe I'll go to the casino with you. I don't gamble. Maybe I'll just go hang out with you in the casino.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You just sit there and you can. I try to win those big bonus prizes. You know.
Right. Maybe I'll take up gambling. I don't know what to do. Lose all my money.
Yeah. Well, you don't lose that much.
Yeah. Jill, do you gamble?
No.
No, not at all. You gambled when you
I put $1 in a slot machine one time in Vegas, and that's it.
You gambled when you answered my message about coming on the show. That was a gamble for you.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't turn out too well for you. There. Look at you now.
So, oh my God, you should never answer that call.
Oh, poor Jill. She didn't know what she was getting herself into.
No. So you're not sure what you're going to do, huh, Tom? Just sit around and.
Oh, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, you'll be able to figure it out because you get up at 3:00 in the morning. So
it's 3:30. Yeah.
If you don't figure out what you're doing for that day by getting up at 3:30, you'll never figure it out.
Yeah, I got lots of time to figure things out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, like when you're walking, you like walk by in the summertime when people have their windows open. Can you hear people snoring at 3:30?
Yeah. Oh, so the dogs will hear me and they'll start barking. I get a lot of pleasure out of that. Because the dogs are barking so much around here. So when I know that I've woken some dogs up and they start barking, it's pretty good. Who are you talking to, Gresh? Who are you texting?
Oh, that was my sister just texted me. She wanted me to say hi to John Heaps from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Okay, go ahead.
He was good friends with my mother and my father.
Hey, John Heath?
Heaps.
Heaps.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So anyway, my work is done now.
Very good by John. So here's a guy. So when I played, he asked me a couple questions here. So I played for the Bramalea Blues, which was just Bramalea was right beside Brampton. That was back in 1974 to 74, 75, and 75, 76. And I don't ever get back to Brampton. I have no family back there anymore. Although, Jill, ask me if I'm in the Hockey Hall of Fame, or the Hall of Fame in Brampton. Ask me if I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Don't.
Come on, Jill.
Ron, are you in the Hall of Fame?
On the Brampton one.
Not in the Brampton one. And Tom,
yes, Jill.
might you be in the Brampton Hall of Fame?
Yes, Jill. How did you know?
You are.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Was it
It's a
like
very
did they
small
like frame
hall.
the hairdryer that you used to blow baby
No.
powder in people's faces? Is that like your like Tom Laidlaw's hairdryer?
Is it a hall or a closet?
It's a hall.
Is this
So-
just
so-
Barry's attic that you're referring to?
It's like,
where's Barry Shelley? Maybe he doesn't know we're on the show today. Oh,
I
he'll
know.
be
Where is
disappointed.
he?
Wow.
who?
Barry Shelley's a good friend of ours from Cooperstown, New York, and he built what's it called? The rink in his attic. Rink is something I can't remember. So he just loves Jill. He thinks that Jill's fantastic.
Oh.
Who did you you've made some art for a few people, but there was a gentleman that Tim White that wanted you to draw something. He couldn't afford to pay for it right away, but you sent it to him anyways. That was very nice. He's very happy with that.
Yeah, he hired me to do a drawing of him and his granddaughter, and then basically the day I finished it, he found out that his cancer came back.
That's right.
So he had to put the funds towards his cancer treatment instead of the drawing. So I sent it to him. And Barry I did a drawing for Barry too.
Yeah. And Tim wouldn't give you his address, so I just made him. I just texted him. I sent him a message. I would just give me your address. And I don't think he knew what it was for. They also named a park bench up. That is just not nice. I don't think that's meant as a compliment.
I don't think there's a park there, is there?
There is a park in Brampton. Yeah, sure there is. Yeah.
There is.
Yep.
A parked car.
No, in a park, Ron. I actually worked at the park there when I was working for the town of Brampton when I was a kid.
What did you do? What did you do for the town? What did you do?
I worked on the weekends primarily, like cleaning up the baseball fields and parks and everything. Went around with my truck. Had the
Beer bottles and stuff.
beer balls. Yes, yeah.
I thought you worked on your farm.
I did, but this is the job I had on the weekend. I want to commission a mural of Larry Melnick.
Cattle on the weekends.
I want to commission a mural of Larry Melnick, 2-time Cup winner for my great room. There you go. Ira, Jill, is our buddy here that cannot spell. So he writes every sentence is always an error. So we have to get no period on there. So we can't decide.
Hey, Ira, I will happily do it. But being that it's Larry Melnick, it's going to be pricey.
Yeah, seriously. To be able to
want it to look good, right?
Yeah, you want to make realistic too, like to make a drawing of somebody that grouchy is like. Whew.
Yeah, but if you're serious, we could definitely talk because I could use the work.
So Ira he's probably got a lot of money. He works for a nonprofit, so I don't know. Maybe he's just like independently wealthy because he works for a nonprofit. I'm not sure, but
nonprofit. Huh?
Yeah.
How do you make money in a nonprofit?
Good.
Well,
That's a very good question.
You still have employees.
Yeah.
At a nonprofit.
But I think Ira actually runs the nonprofit, but I think it was intended to be a for-profit business. So he's just not very good at the business.
Just that one spelling bee. Ira came in second in the spelling contest.
Yeah. How many people were in the spelling contest?
Everybody else came in first.
Oh, that's right. Oh, God. Jill, were you a pretty good student when you were in school?
Yes.
Oh,
we could say that.
okay.
Yeah, in high school I did pretty good. A couple classes I didn't. I have trouble with my memory. So like chemistry, I for the life of me remember just the BR for barium and all those things. My mind didn't work. And then things like social studies where you have to just memorize dates.
Right.
My mind couldn't grasp it. And math, I kind of struggled with at times. I also had a really bad math teacher the one year. And then like the following year, I got the math award for the highest grade in that class. Nice. So yeah. But yeah, I had some pretty good teachers in high school in particular. So that was kind of the best part. They were all pretty understanding because I knew that I struggled in certain aspects. And they knew that I was an artist and passionate about it. I always pitched the idea of presenting projects and assignments in art form rather than in like essay form or whatever it may be. And teachers were all for it. The thinking outside the box. So that really helps with my grades and things. And then my final year in high school, I was taking a bunch of art classes, advanced arts and stuff like that. And then biology. And I had an amazing teacher in biology, which I actually really loved that class. But he came to me, I think 4 months before grad. And I was working on my portfolio to get scholarships and get accepted into university. And he came and told me I didn't need to attend his class. He'd keep my grade the same. I'd still have to write tests and do the exam, but he would just keep the grade the same so that I could focus on my art. Because he's like, I know you're not going to be a scientist or anything. This is just a class you need to take, which was amazing. So I always appreciated that. And I've gone back and seen him too, and thanked him for that and told him how much that meant to me and impacted me. And he's come out to presentations and stuff when I've been back in Winnipeg too. And same with my art teacher, who became a really good mentor. So yeah.
Tom had great.
Good.
What's that, Gresh?
You had great marks in college, didn't you? Like, what are your marks?
So college was another story altogether. High school, I actually thought I was a really good student in high school. And I was coached like about 15 years ago. I was coaching the high school men's hockey team, which I'm coaching the girls team now. So part of the application was to get they needed your grades from back in high school. So I sent for them, and man, when I got them, man, that was pretty embarrassing. I didn't realize I felt like I was intelligent back then, but it didn't appear to be the case.
Yeah. What was your highest mark?
I don't know. I can't remember the details, Ron, but it was not good. It was not very impressive.
Did you have any A's?
No. I think it was all like up to 100. I think it was like 100. So I think a lot of them were in like the 60s. And
well, that was the same year you were going to school, though, wasn't it? So that's why they were like that.
That's probably what. Maybe they mistook the years I was there. Yeah. And inquiring minds want to know, Ron, how were you as a student?
I was. You don't want to know.
Well, we already discussed it already. You didn't make many mistakes because you just didn't show up, right?
Well, no, I went to school. I went to school until grade, and then I forgot to go.
Forgot to go. Yeah. Okay. Well, hold on here. This might be a breakthrough. So Joseph tells us compliments to Mel for sending me autographed photos and hockey card. Did he really, Joseph? I want to find if this is just a joke. can't believe Mel doing something for somebody else.
Who did he send pictures of who?
Joe, yeah, that's a good point.
Send pictures of who? You, Tom?
maybe that's what it was. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mel lives on Grumpy Mountain. Is that what it's called? What's it called?
Well, he calls it Melnick Mountain. I think it's more
Grumpy Mountain.
Mount Grumpy. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe this nice cigar you got me, Tom.
Well, it's on. It's what I do. So, Jill, this is between us, right? This is just a little secret. So, Mel sent me 3 of these. They look like Cuban cigars. It's actually cologne. So,
okay.
Yeah, and I sent one. I sent one to Ron. I sent one to Ron as a Christmas gift, so I regifted.
It's not a cigar. I thought it was a cigar. Oh, it's cologne.
Oh, it's stinky cologne too. Oof, man.
Oof.
That's funny.
Okay, here's a great question. So Ira is asking when we're going to have Jillian on the show. Well, Ira, she is on the show right now. In case you don't know, that is Jillian sitting right there.
Hi, Ira.
Well, Ira, last week we have her on.
Yeah. So you see the little thing on the corner of her screen that says Jillian Brown. That is her name, and she's on the show, Ira. So,
Ira.
I think I was drinking or something already.
Oh,
He is.
you must start.
Isn't Joe? Did we do a show one time on Ira got on telling us how his exercise was walking up 2 flights of stairs with a slice of pizza or something like that? Wasn't that what it was?
That's quite possible.
Yes.
Or the like reaching for the remote.
Yeah,
That's
something
a
like
great
that.
workout. I know a lot of people use that one.
Yeah.
It is hard.
I know. Yeah. If your kids leave it somewhere random too.
They don't know. Nobody touches my remote.
So big day today too. I went to Costco, got a big pot roast. The pot roast is in the slow cooker right now with carrots, baby potatoes, mushrooms. Oh, the smell in the house is unbelievable.
You got it in a slow cooker?
That's what I did. Yes.
How long do you keep it in there for? 8 hours?
Well, you can go 8 hours on low, or you can go 6 hours or 5 hours on high. So I went with the
I think
high.
it's a pod roast.
It's a big one, but I cut it up because
How big was it?
I put it in the big category. I can't remember the exact ounces or pounds, but I cut it in 3s, so because it's more than I need.
Oh,
I could send some over for you, but I
No, I don't. I'm not asking for food for you because you never bring it over anyway. But,
oh God.
No, he brought.
Have you heard of
What?
Have you heard of cooking? There's this like, I wish I could remember what it's called, but we call it the hot tub. And you use a pot of boiling water, and there's this like mechanism that you put in it, and it boils the water and keeps it at a specific temperature. And you can put your meat in like a bag and put it in.
Yeah, I've got one of those. What's that called?
Okay. Yeah. Ryan does it all the time with meat. Like, and he'll take it straight from the freezer and put it in there and cook it all day in it, and then throw it on the barbecue just to get that little bit of like smoky. Yeah. And man, it's delicious. It's amazing.
Sous vide, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Sous vide.
Sous vide, or yeah. That is pretty good. Actually, yes, that is good stuff. Right, have you ever seen that?
No, but how big is that pot roast again? I got to go get one tomorrow.
I have leftover in the freezer. I'll give you.
I don't want leftovers are only good in my fridge.
No, I'll say it differently. I do not have leftovers. I took part of the roast and uncooked and put it in the freezer. They're cut into 3s.
Too big for your cooker?
Too big for my tummy. Wow.
Oh,
more than I need.
And you're making you cook meat. I thought you only eat fish.
I once in a while have red meat, maybe once every 2 months.
Oh.
But we also have turkey, fish, chicken.
Okay.
Lots of chickpeas. Today's a big chickpea day. I'm a little worried what might later on tonight. There's a lot of chickpeas going in there, a lot of fiber.
You're worried about what?
I'm a little worried. A lot of fiber going into little Tommy's belly today. A lot of chickpeas.
Oh.
A lot of chickpeas, vegetables. Could be an issue later on, but I'm by myself, so everything should be okay.
Yeah, well.
How come you only eat red meat once in a while?
I'm just not a big believer in, I think too much red meat kind of hardens the arteries a little bit.
Gotcha.
Didn't harden mine.
Your arteries are all fine. They're all cleaned out now, Ron.
Yeah, all brand new ones.
Jill, did you know Ron had an open heart surgery probably about 3 months ago, 4 months ago?
5 now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
5 months.
5
Yeah.
months.
It's
amazing.
When you first wake up, you're just happy to be alive after you have it, and then you go like after a couple of days, and your brain kind of gets more blood to it, I guess, whatever it is.
You need some more blood.
Think again.
Wow.
Like I haven't been this clear thinking in 15 years.
I'll give you 25.
Had you had a heart attack before? Is that part of why you had the surgery?
6 years ago, I had a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I didn't know I had them.
Well, you did later on, right?
Well, no, I played in a hockey game in February out in the Boomer hockey tournament out in Jersey. And first half of the game, I felt really great. I guess I had one right at the end of the first 30 minutes. I couldn't breathe the second half.
It's an issue having a heart attack.
Well, no, I went home. I didn't know it. I went home, and then this was February. Then I went to California for work. Went to visit my mom and my sister out there. I couldn't lay down to sleep, you know. And then finally, I was doing something for the Rangers by Macy's. I was walking back to the train station, and I couldn't make it back to the train station.
I didn't know. I thought it was just to walk to the train station. I didn't know it was in the game before.
No, it was what's that? April. 3 months before that happened.
Oh.
But I was and then I got home that night. I was with my kids, and I couldn't lay down to sleep. So the next day, I decided to go in to get checked up, and I went in, and they wheeled me right into the operating room.
Oh wow.
Put in a couple stents, and I was all good, but I wasn't smart enough to quit smoking and drinking.
Who would think to do that after a heart attack?
Wow. I mean,
don't be hard on yourself for that decision.
Cigarettes are small. They're only this big, for Christ's sake. How can they hurt you?
It's merely a suggestion that the doctor makes.
Well, I didn't smoke for a while. But then when the pandemic came around, I lit them up good. At home, doing nothing.
Just put the nails right in that coffin.
Oh yeah, that thing was like
you got to test out the new equipment. Put it through its paces.
I haven't had one now in 5 months. Another cigarette.
And
I won't have one for a while.
You're completely done with them, right?
Yeah, well, not completely. I'll never say never, because if I get something, if I get something, whatever, some kind of cancer or something, I'm not going to live very long. I'm lighting up.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's theory. If you're given like your 6 months to live, well, do all the horrible things.
I'm gonna fit 5 years into 6 months. But anyway, as of right now, I'm good.
Here's Ira giving us his unsolicited medical status right now. We didn't ask him, but he told us. It's 567 good on the cholesterol scale?
You recently cut it to that. Are you still alive?
Isn't it? Yeah, isn't it kind of high?
190 over. Listen, I was 235 over 190 when I went in June.
Right.
And they thought I was dead.
Right.
190 over 130, you're looking to die.
Right. So other people are questioning the 567 on the cholesterol here.
Oh my God, 180 is good.
So he's trying to pretend that he's Italian. I don't think Ira is an Italian name, is it?
Well, if you look at it backwards, Yuha, Ira, Era.
Air.
No, five. What is it? 567.
Yeah, that's kind of high, isn't it? I thought that was high for
185 is good, but 567, that's a good salary for the week.
Definitely. Jillian, what's planned for the weekend? What do you get going on?
We get Ryan's kiddos tonight. We might take them out to the new farmhouse to see it. I'm not sure. Yes, it's hard. Like I said, it's so hard to plan things with this whole custody thing. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. We're trying to potentially even go to Alberta, take his kids to see Ryan's family because while he was married, that never happened. So that's all like if the ex-wife isn't a crazy person about it.
Yeah. It's very hard to cross the border with them.
Well, we're just going from British Columbia to Alberta. So.
I know, but if you know, I mean, even a provincial border.
Well, there's nothing actually, like there's no legal parenting plan yet set in place. So he can literally just keep the kids. She's been keeping them from him with no actual rhyme or reason or right to. Same with all of his things. She's just not allowing him to get his stuff. Even though she can't, like he can go, he's a cop too. So he knows he can just go to the house and get his stuff. But he's like, yeah, but he's also a cop. So he knows that cops just get called for that. And then it goes on a file, even though the cops are like, yeah, we can't do anything. It's your house. You can, of course, go in and get your stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so he's just trying to be patient as much as it's been brutal. Like since October, he's only seen his kids for 5 days because she's just being such a bitch. And he's being super patient, and she knows that because he's a cop, he's not going to push those limits in any way because he doesn't want it somehow to come back, even though she can't do anything. Yeah. And he's a sweetheart. So he's like just suffering. Kids are bawling their eyes out when they talk on the phone to him, being like, can we come see you? And she's just being a bitch, not even thinking about the fact that it's impacting the kids, just trying to punish him in some way.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I know. Gresh, so we should have you and I should have a little powwow here. Like, should we replace Jill with, like, take Mel out and have Jill just replace Mel instead?
Mel who?
Good point by you. Okay. That's it. Done deal. Done deal. Jill, it's great to see you again. I'm glad you're doing so well with work and your personal life and everything. You're a fantastic person. So thank you.
Nice to see you too. Yeah, I'd love to be back on the show or the Wednesday shows and catch up with you. Okay. We always have great conversations for sure.
Good. Absolutely. And just too, we talk about Ron's juicer. He does not have one really. He's fibbing us right now.
In the kitchen. I don't keep it out here.
Yeah, it's been in the kitchen forever. Jill, he one time told us he's putting potatoes in his juicer, like he's trying to make vodka. So
I do.
Oh gosh.
I'm not buying it. Jill, it's great to see you again. Everybody, we will see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Merry Christmas. We're doing a Christmas show next week?
Yeah, before. I think it's like on the 23rd, we're going to do a show. Yep, before Christmas.
Oh, I might be busy that day. Let me check my schedule. I'll get back to you.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.